Open your eyes and look around. Open your eyes. Do you see the very things that you read about coming true? Don't you realize the moments are near? Correct yourself in your affairs. He has made it crystal clear. These are the signs of the time.
Assalamu alaikum. Sunnahfollowers, new class, stay tuned.
Signs of the times. Enjoin the good and forbid the evil. Stay near to the clear and far away if it's unknown. It's based on knowledge, gentleness, and patience. Let's work on doing things and get it to the next level. Enjoin the good and forbid the evil. Stay near to the clear and far away if it's unknown. It's based on knowledge, gentleness, and patience. Let's work on doing things and get it to the next level. Enjoin the good and forbid the evil. Stay near to the clear and far away if it's unknown. It's based on knowledge, gentleness, and patience. Let's work on doing things and get it to the next level.
The Muqasid Tafsir.
Where should I begin when I'm starting at the end? Pursuing the higher aim, learning the meaning of every page. Where should I begin when I'm starting at the end?
Assalamu alaikum. Sunnahfollowers presents a new class, the Muqasid of Tafsir, being taught and brought to you by Ustada Layla Nashiba. Please stay tuned, streaming on all major platforms, right here on channel Sunnahfollowers. Assalamu alaikum. Get to know your Lord. First part of the Right Belief series by Sheikh Karim Abu Zaid. This dynamic literary work of art's main goal is to revive an understanding the names and attributes of Allah. And understanding the name and attributes of Allah will elevate our faith, strengthen us, and keep us steadfast. This wonderful book is now available in an audiobook format and can be found free of charge on YouTube, channel Karim Abu Zaid. Get to know your Lord. You have nothing to lose.
Who he is, what you will make it through. The fitra is awake in you. With Quran and Sunnah by your side, here's a place where it will thrive. You will make it through. You will make it through. The fitra is awake in you. With Quran and Sunnah on his side, here's a place where it will thrive. You will make it through. With Quran and Sunnah on his side, here's a place where it will thrive. You will make it through.
Ina alhamdulillah, wa salat, wa salam ala wa rasulallah. I want to welcome everybody here to our first class for tonight, which is our class on Aqidah, which is Diluting Wala wa Better. And first of all, I want to apologize for being late again. I'm sorry. Y'all know I'm late every day. Even though the time is at 6:30. Hey, look, I'm a whole hour late today. It's just hard to teach and be a grandmother and write in my book and go to my appointments. I'm telling y'all, it's just so much. But alhamdulillah, Allah allowed us to be here and to allow me to make it to the class. Because alhamdulillah, today what we're going to do, like I said, I'm skipping around in this chapter of the book. Because in this chapter of the book, Sheikh Kareem Abu Zayd focuses in on how to incorporate Wala Well Better into your curriculum, a curriculum for the kids. You know, if you're a masjid, you need and trying to establish an Islamic school, be it a weekend school or a one-day school or every day of the week school. He's addressing how to incorporate the proper curriculum in there. And so now what I'm going to do today is skip to the part where he speaks about how we as Muslims, this is for like the college kids and the kids whose parents don't have them, which I do not recommend. Every Muslim in America should have their kids in Sunnahfollowers.org. That is the online school put together by Sheikh Kareem Abu Zayd. That's why he's gone into such detail in this chapter about how to establish an Islamic curriculum, because that's what he's done. Safa USA is an international school. It doesn't matter where you are in America. You know, it's online. The children can sit there right in the safety of their home and learn not only how to read, write, arithmetic, science, English, composition and all of that, but they can also learn what I'm teaching here, Wala Well Better, and what it means to believe in Allah. And the tuition is very low. And that's why I encourage you guys to buy the books, because the profits that Sheikh Kareem makes from the books, selling his books, goes to pay the teachers and stuff at Safa USA, so he can keep the price affordable for us here in America. Okay, so this chapter that I'm going to go over, this section of the chapter that I'm going to go over today, speaks about how for those who can't, for some reason, who are not in Islamic schools, how to use allegiance and disassociation when it comes to secular education. You know, how to disassociate from that information that contradicts Islam. So that's what I want to focus on today. For the children here who are watching, please have me on the big screen TV, you know, channel YouTube, on YouTube, channel Sunnah Followers or Layla Nashiba. So that way you can see the PowerPoint. And also for the adults and parents, for those of you watching on your cell phone and iPads, you know, take screenshots of the PowerPoint so you can print them out at the end of the class, staple them together and attach it to this chapter. Because again, Islam, even though you have the books, don't think that you can buy the book, pick it up and start reading it, and you're going to all of a sudden understand what's being said. If you guys have the book, you can see that that's not going to happen. You have to have a person of knowledge break this information down to you like I am doing in plain, simple terms, and give you examples from the companions as to how to implement this in your lives. You know, Islam is all about seeking knowledge. You cannot teach yourself. The Prophet Muhammad didn't teach himself. He had Angel Jibril. And that was also a lesson that Moses alayhi salam had to learn, that nobody knows it all. You know, there's always somebody better than you. There's always someone who knows more than you. You know, so don't ever think that you know it all, that no one can upgrade your understanding, because that's not true. That's not how Allah created us. There's always room for upgrade. So let's put the PowerPoint up on the screen. And by the way, y'all see the tab I got going? Please support us. Please support us. And for those of you who did send in donations yesterday, may Allah bless you. We are no longer in the hole. We were $341 in the hole. Thanks to your donations, we got out of the hole, plus you guys covered the expenses that came through today. So alhamdulillah, we have like $20 in our account now, thanks to y'all's donations. Not only did you take us out the hole, you guys paid for the streaming program. You also paid for the SEO program that I have to pay for every month to run, to keep our website growing in subscribers. Okay. You also paid for the logo. The logo. Oh yeah, everything costs money. I have to pay for that logo. That logo that we have, the logo making machine that we use, and all that with this that makes the donate things, we have to pay for that every month. So you guys covered that. You also pay for the Muslim Kids TV. The Muslim Kids TV, which is where we was getting the stories of the Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, from for the Muslim kids and for our Sunday classes. So may Allah bless all of you for bringing us up out the hole. And we got what, $30, $20 in our account, something like that. Okay, $30 or something like that in our account. So we still need more donations because this is the third. Y'all know what that means? All week for the next 2 weeks, bills are going to be coming out because I got everything set on auto pay because we are a nonprofit organization. And I got it set where half the bills come out at the beginning of the month. And then the other half, like the Zoom won't come out until close to the end of the month. The Zoom is $250, but that's at the end of the month. So I broke it up like that so that way we don't be in the hole all the time. So please support us. And, you know, we do accept Cash App now. You can Cash App us. We also have Zelle, and I'm going to let you guys know I prefer Zelle because Zelle goes directly into your account. They don't charge anything. Zelle us at Layla at Sunnahfollowers.net. Also, you can use PayPal. PayPal charges money too, but you can PayPal me /SunnahFollowers if you want to use a credit card. That's the good thing about PayPal. They allow credit card usage. So please support us, and you can also scan that QR code. But may Allah bless you guys. Y'all see I look more relaxed today because I'm not stressed out. We were $341 in the hole yesterday. Y'all don't know how that messed up my anxiety. But alhamdulillah, we're okay right now. Just don't put us back in the holes and keep the donations coming in. Okay, so now I'm going to keep that ticker going in case people need it for that join in. And I'm going to put the PowerPoint up now. So give me a second. Hold on here. Let me take this one. Okay, you guys will see a black screen for just a moment. But that's because I'm getting ready to set it up. Well, let me make it so y'all don't see a black screen. Yeah. Oh. It's so hot. Let me put this up. Y'all remember this one? I'm going to put this one up in the background. The snow, because it's so hot. Okay, so I'll be right. Let me share the screen with the people in Zoom first. Give me a second here. Where do I click on this? Okay, look at that snow. Cool you off because it's so hot. Exactly. Yeah, I got a waterfall too. Where's my waterfall? I'm gonna have to upload my waterfall video because my granddaughter took a picture of the waterfalls. I live in the falls. The waterfalls down the street from me that me and Amina Fresno and Israel went to. It's on my computer somewhere. I was saving it for the summer. I need to put it up here so y'all can watch the waterfalls instead of the snow. I keep forgetting to change the backgrounds, but I'll do that. Inshallah. Okay, give me a second here. Here I come. Yeah. Inshallah, you guys should be able to see. There you go. Okay, let me make it larger. Oh, you think so, Sister Wefat? Wefat said I do sound more relaxed. Yeah, I slept. I just woke up too. So, I messed up my Zoom, people. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Zoom. What did I do, y'all? Hold on. See, Wefat, you can't talk to me when I'm setting it up. It's Wefat's fault, y'all. Hold on. Let me till I get everything set up. Gotta start it over now. Oh, Okay, and this is you guys here. Now let me come back. Can y'all see now? Let's see. I'm going to make it from the beginning. All right. No talking, Wi-Fi. It distracts me. Okay, so tonight, inshallah, we'll be covering pages 354. Like I said, I'm skipping around in this chapter. We'll cover pages 354 to 358 because what Sheikh Kareem Abu Zayd does here is he tells us how to navigate through non-Muslim curricula using El-Wala wal-Bara, which is allegiance and disassociation. In other words, what type of information to disassociate from if you're in a university or if you're in a non-Muslim school. Okay, let's take a look at it.
Excuse me.
Do I have moderators in here? Brother, you know you're getting ready to get banned, so why do you come in here acting silly? Did y'all take care of it, Fatma?
I did.
Okay, thank you. Okay, y'all gonna have to keep your eyes on that Zoom room because these.
Yeah, I got the other one.
Huh? You got them?
Yeah, I said I got the other one. Yeah, it was two.
Oh, it's two. Okay, Norto, you need to get over it, baby cakes. You know I love you. Log in on Twitch. That's where they're coming from. Okay, here we go. Sheikh Kareem Abu Zayd speaks about how in the educational landscape of non-Muslim societies, Muslim communities are often confronted with the hard task of maneuvering through a curriculum that seemingly advances atheists and non-Islamic moral perspectives. And this is what I was talking about earlier. A lot of these words may be too big for a lot of your ears. This is United Kingdom English. You see what I'm talking about, Brother Kirk? Brother Kirk, you see what I'm talking about? This is UK English. Got to put it on American English.
I see it clearly.
Yeah, that's why. I told Sheikh Kareem, put it on American English. I didn't edit this. Okay, so in other words, what the Sheikh is telling us here is, for those of us who are unable to attend Muslim schools, and you have no choice but to go to the non-Muslim public schools, you're going to be confronted with the hard job of trying to decide what information you should take away and apply to your life that you're being taught and what information you should distance yourself from. That's how I would have edited this in plain, simple terms. And Sheikh Kareem goes on to say that this presents a challenge not just for educators, but also for parents too. Because remember, it's all about maintaining our Muslim identity in a non-Islamic environment. We have to maintain our morality, our dignity, our values. And for example, guys, in the public school today, even in college, they're teaching, America is teaching that to accept same-sex marriage, same-sex relationships. And you and I know that same-sex relationships goes against the Islamic morality. Allah destroyed a whole nation of people. A whole nation of people for that. That's one of the 10 commandments that even the Christians profess to believe in. Okay? So, but America's a Zionist country. Now y'all see the difference between a Zionist country. A Zionist country, they claim to be Christians, but they don't believe in religion. They believe that there should be a separation between state and religion, government and religion. that we should make laws and govern based on man's desires, what man think is best, and only deal with God on Sundays or when needed. Okay, so we have to work hard as teachers and the non-Muslim schools, and also as parents, to maintain our students and our own Islamic values. And we have to prepare our children to be able to engage effectively with the world's diverse realities. Like we talked about in a previous class, you don't want your kids to live in a bubble. They need to be made aware that non-Muslims believe in same-sex relationships. I was so taken aback today. Let me give an example. How many of you used to like Dance Moms? My granddaughters, they grew up on Dance Moms, the TV show. They used to love to watch Abby and the Dance Moms, and the girls, Maddie and Mackenzie and all of them. Look at Maddie now. Did y'all know that all those girls are gay? JoJo CY is out the closet. She's a lesbian. Look at Maddie. Maddie is bisexual. Look at Nina, the black girl. Nina's bisexual. Chloe is lesbian. These girls are all gay, except for Vertes and the other one. Subhanallah. When I looked on TV today, I saw a commercial on Prime. They're advertising Maddie. Maddie just made a movie that I didn't even know of called Fitting In. Fitting In. And the name says it all. She's having relationships with women. I mean, they're actually, and it's very graphic, and they're showing her in sexual relationships with another woman. I can't believe that little Dance Mom girl, that cute little snaggletooth girl grew up to be this. So we have to prepare our children for the reality, that the world doesn't walk to the beat of Allah's drum, that instead the world is walking to the beat of man's drum. So we don't want our children to be in a bubble. So we're going to have to learn how to implement allegiance and disassociation. What do I take from the non-Muslim curricula and apply to myself, and what to distance myself from? Okay? So this is the challenge that we are faced with as parents and students. So we have to teach ourselves and our children to strike a balance. You want to be able to strike a balance between developing inclusivity and steadfastness in upholding Islamic values. In other words, you got to learn how to strike a balance. You don't want to be too rigid in your practice, nor do you want to be too laxed in it either. Does everybody understand that? So this is going to entail us implementing 4 things when it comes to seeking non-Muslim education. And we're going to talk about those 4 things right now. Number 1, critical analysis. Critical analysis. In the quest to empower Muslim students within non-Muslim educational systems, solutions have surfaced to help the kids to navigate through this. Critical analysis and reframing is one of the first, and it brings about some pros. Number 1, it helps to develop critical thinking, which will allow the kids to scrutinize, based on history, which is something that I emphasize here. I always try to give examples from the companions to you guys. How did the companions handle themselves in these situations? For example, I put out a short yesterday in my Don't Get It Twisted. When I did my class on enjoining good and forbidding the evil yesterday, we talked about the difference How does Islam teach us to protest? As Muslims, we have to enjoin the good. As Muslims, we have to forbid the evil. How does Islam teach us to protest against the evil? Does Islam teach us to pick up signs and say, stop the war? Is that what the companions did? No. We protest with our tongue. We protest with our heart. We speak out against the atrocities that's going on. But once we start picking up signs and marching, giving all the power to man, like man has the power to stop. Man doesn't have the power to stop a war or create it. That comes from Allah. Now you're transgressing the limit. So, you have to be able to use critical analysis. And I told you guys, protesting was going on back in the Prophet's days. Who invented protesting? The signs came from the Romans and Greeks. They used to protest their government with signs, with logos. They would march and do all of that. The Greeks and Romans, this ain't new. So the Romans were protesting all the time in the Prophet's day. Is that how he taught the companions to handle something bad happening? When the people of Mecca were killing and persecuting and genociding the Muslims in Mecca to the point where some had to go to another country across the ocean. And when they persecuted the Muslims by starving them to death and boycotting them with food, did the Prophet and the companions go out and protest? Did they protest around the Kaaba? No, they left that for the Kafirs to do. The Kafirs protested around the Kaaba. Oh yeah, it was Khadija radiallahu anha. Khadija's father and her brothers got together a group of Quraysh who were not Muslims. They were the ones that went to the Kaaba. See how history? This is authentic. This is the history. When they were boycotting the tribe of the Prophet Muhammad, and they had to go to the mountains for those 3 years. It was Khadija radiallahu anha's father, her brothers who were not Muslim. They were the ones that gathered up other Arabs and told them of the atrocities going on. And those Arabs would meet every day at the Kaaba and let the other people know what was going on. So the Prophet Muhammad and the companions, they knew the limits. We can't protest the qadr of Allah. Everything that happens to us, good and bad, comes from Allah. We accept his decree and we deal with it. We deal with it by speaking out against the evil that others are doing. Not the evil that you think Allah is doing. And that's what you guys are doing when y'all protest with signs and all of that. You're protesting against the decree of Allah. But to sit on the internet and talk about it like we're doing, this is how the Prophet taught us to protest. We protest with our tongue and by making dua. We make dua asking Allah to stop the war. We turn to Allah and ask him to stop the war. We don't pick up signs and march telling the begging the kafir to stop it like y'all are doing. And damning the Muslim countries who have no power to do anything anyway. Y'all see that? So the way to deal with education in a non-Islamic environment is to implement critical analysis, and everything must be based on the Quran and the Sunnah. We have to use history. How did the Prophet teach us to do? How did the companions handle themselves? Because there's nothing that we're going to face in our lives that they haven't already faced. And we can also use the history of the people that came before us. What was the result? What was the result of the people of Sodom? when they allowed same-sex marriages, when they allowed same-sex relationships, what was the end result? So critical analysis. But this also brings some cons as well, because in order to be able to critically analyze things, you have to first of all have knowledge yourself of the history. You have to have knowledge of the Quran, knowledge of the Sunnah. You got to know about the companions of the Prophet, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. There was a young brother who put a comment on one of my shorts today. May Allah bless him. The one I did on voting. When I told you guys, I gave y'all the clear dalil. Clear. It's clear in the Quran. It's clear in the Hadith. The Nas is clear. The Prophet said a non-Muslim can never be a ruler, a guardian, or a leader over a Muslim. That is clear. That's the dalil. Allah is clear in the Quran. Allah says they will never, the Christians and Jews will never take your interests at heart. Never. That Nas is clear. So that's the dalil, voting for a non-Muslim to lead you. This is haram. And I was clear in my short, like I'm clear now. But there was one young man who couldn't understand the clear English. He thought I was talking about giving bayah to someone and trying to establish Sharia law. I'm like, what? I ain't talking about no Sharia law. Are you crazy? I've been fighting all my dire years against Muslims who think that they can establish Sharia law in a Muslim land. I didn't talk about that at all. But, that's our, we're not too bright. So that's an example. In order to use critical thinking, you first of all have to know your stuff. You have to know about your religion. And this is why we're messed up as a nation today. You got Muslims on the internet debating with Kafirs, debating with each other, and you're not qualified to argue and debate because you don't understand your religion. How can you debate something? You can't even understand the difference between not voting in a presidential election and establishing Sharia law. Oh, come on. So that's the con. If you don't have the understanding of your religion, you're not going to be able to critically think. Critically think. And that's why I am a stickler here as a teacher on my students. I make y'all try to express yourselves better. That's me trying to push you to become critical thinkers and implementers. Don't just think it, say it. Like the Prophet told Ibn Abbas, if you cannot detail it, then that means you don't understand it. If you can't explain it, then that means you don't understand it. You're just memorizing the words that you hear me say. Okay? So that's the con to that. And then another way that we can address the issue of Muslims seeking a non-Islamic education is you can try to convince the people to include Islamic subjects. For example, if you people are talking about voting in America, implement, try to give another perspective. Try to present another perspective, the Islamic perspective, how as Muslims, we respect the laws of the land. We respect the laws of the land. Islam is a religion of balance. However, I'm going to respect you, but that doesn't mean I have to follow you. There's a big difference between respecting and following. No, I'm not going to participate in presidential elections because our lifestyles are not the same. A president of America who is non-Muslim doesn't even know about my lifestyle. Probably thinks I'm crazy because I dress in a hijab when his wife doesn't wear one. So I can't support you in your election. but I can respect your laws. So that's an example of integration of Islamic subjects or the Islamic side of things. Okay? But once again, it brings about the con of, again, you have to be able to find teachers who know their religion well enough that can incorporate or integrate Islamic subjects. That's the problem. Most of us do not know our religion. We're living in the days of fitan, where Muslims are learning nothing but how to read the Quran. Arabic. Arabic is not a religion, it's just a language. Just because you speak Arabic doesn't mean anything. There's going to be a lot of Arabic speaking people in hell, like Abu Jahl, Abu Lahab, and other and the others of the Prophet Muhammad's family, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay? So nowadays, all Muslims focus on is learning Arabic and singing the Quran, but they know nothing about history, nothing about the companions, nothing about the hadiths or any of that. So that's the problem again. In order to integrate Islamic topics and Islamic perspectives in a non-Muslim educational system, you have to have people who are qualified to do so. And also the parents have to be involved. If your children are in non-Muslim schools, you have to be involved as a parent. As a Muslim parent, you should know what your kids are learning in school. And this will allow you as a parent to put your 2 cents in too. This will allow you as a parent to reinforce the importance of our values and to also clear up any misconceptions that the non-Muslims may have about us. But it brings about a lot of cons too. For example, most parents here in America are too busy. Most parents here are working. America is not a cheap society to live in. It's the superpower of the world for a reason. Okay? It takes 2 incomes to make it here in America. So unfortunately, a lot of the parents are working. So they don't have the time to actively engage in their children's school studies. And also, again, the parents may not be equipped to discuss scientific theories or even history and all of that because they don't know of such things. And also this could lead to the parents debating the religion because they don't have the understanding that they should have of it themselves. They're arguing and debating with the non-Muslims, which can lead to giving the non-Muslims an even worse thought about us. And then the 4th solution to this could be collaboration with other like-minded educators. In other words, Muslim teachers can come together to discuss, with the parents whose children cannot afford to go to an Islamic school. Or the Muslim teachers can sit down with the youth in their community who are seeking college degrees and share, their insight as to what classes would be best to take and what classes would be best to avoid. But again, finding like-minded educators is rare too. It's hard too. Because nowadays, when 2 Muslims come together with different views, what happens? We end up arguing, fighting, and hating each other. So I really like how Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid came up with these suggestions here. But like I said, whether or not we as Muslims can implement them, that's a whole different ball game. Because again, we're living in the 2024, and as a daya, I can honestly say, as a daya, that most Muslims I come upon do not understand this religion. Seriously. Most of the Muslim women and men that I come upon on social media and in real life, they do not have the correct understanding of Islam. Just like that little young man who made a comment, I had to tell him, Aki, may Allah bless you, but I'm not speaking about Sharia law. I'm not speaking about pledging allegiance to anyone. I'm talking about voting for a non-Muslim. And it's clear. I didn't make the law. It's clear. Allah said we can't do it. The Prophet Muhammad is clear. He said we just can't do it. No one can change the laws of Allah. Allah makes the laws, guys. I don't have that authority, neither do you, to change what he says. But we can tell who the true believers are, because like Allah also says in the Quran, the true believers, they submit to what Allah says. They don't argue it. They don't debate it. They just say, oh Allah, I hear you. Oh Allah, I will obey you. I won't vote in no kafir elections for no president, and call it a day. Especially in America, this is a Zionist country. Anybody, everybody running for president is a Zionist. If you don't know that, go take a 5th grade civics class. I learned that in the 5th grade. Take a civics class. Okay. All right. So I'm going to stop right here. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Are there any questions or comments? Any questions or comments? Oh, okay. For the person that texts me here on Rumble, what kind of name is this, you guys? Huh. Well, but for you to have my phone number, I know you must be a nice person. Yes, but I'm answering your text. Yes, the signs of the last hour will be tonight. The signs of the last hour will be tonight, inshallah. Yeah. Text, in case he don't hear me, I'm typing them back too. Yeah. Any other questions or comments? Yeah, I really appreciate all of you who donated. You took us out the hole and covered whatever the bills I named today that went through. But we still need more, because we got, what, $30 left? And we got more bills coming out because it's the first. Please support us, guys. Sister with Fat, what's up? I'm just going to come out with it. Hello, y'all ready for it? Mina, Geechee, I'm getting ready to come out. With Fat, what's up with the Emirates? Can a website get some donations? I don't beat around the bush, just like you don't. That's that Arabic blood. What's up? We need some donations. You in the Emirates. Can y'all send us some donations? She said a girl got to pay her bills here too. She said the men have westernized. Do y'all listen to this? She said the men in the Emirates have westernized. She said we Arabic women have to work too, just like the Western women. She said the cost of living has went up tremendously in the Emirates. She says she's trying to upgrade her house. Oh, really? She said one of her sons is getting married, and they're extending the house so that when he gets married, him and his wife can move in. That's what they do in the Muslim countries, like the Emirates and the Kuwait guys. You know, when the girls get married, of course they move in with their husband's family. But when the boys get married, him and his wife, they don't live, but their houses are not like here. They have a whole attached house, a wing. Oh, really? So she said she's upgrading the house. Her son's about to get married, and they're expanding the house so that to accommodate him and his new wife. So she doesn't have any money. No money. Falus. Bala falus. Oh. So times is hard all over the world. Another sign of the last hour. Times is hard.
Tell her we give $10, $5, $2, $20. So we squeeze it out. Tell her.
Yeah, $20 a do.
Yeah.
Inshallah. Yeah, brother. Go ahead. Type it. Huh? Who was that?
Oh, that was me. I said facts, Sister Anissa.
Yes, right. Yeah, go ahead, brother. Just type your question. Don't say, can I ask? Don't type, can I ask a question? Just type it because you're taking up time. I got to get my PowerPoint for the signs of the last hour. Go ahead. Exactly, Sister Sakina. I was shocked. I didn't know that the little Maddie made 2 homosexual movies now. Because that first one she did, she was with a girl in that one too. And Nina too, the black girl too. They say she got a movie out where she's with a girl. They all are gay. All the dance mom kids that grew up on that show, the girls, they're all bisexual or gay. That's America. You want that to be your daughters, your sons? That's why you have to know what your kids are learning in school and also what they're watching on television. Also what games they're playing, because like one of the sisters said here, the games, some of these, those video games are graphically distasteful too. Yeah, we have to get it together as parents. Okay, I'm going to log out for now because I want to get my PowerPoint together. My class on the signs of the last hour will be at 9 o'clock, inshallah. So, subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa